Hi, this is Melanie for the Pardesi channel. Last night I wasn't feeling well, and so I just kind of wanted a comfort movie. I picked a movie by Ajith that was recommended to me called Kadhal Kottai because it was on YouTube with subtitles and I could just watch it right away. So this is an older movie. Kadhal Kottai means Castle of Love. It's a 1996 Tamil language film starring Ajith. Oh my God, what a dreamboat he was 20 years ago. He still is, but I'm just saying, oh man. And the heroine is, her character name is Kamali, and she's played by Devayani, who maybe I have seen her in something, but I did not recognize her. Anyway, she plays a very traditional, timid, modest kind of Indian girl. She's graduated from college trying to get a job, and during a train journey, her purse is stolen. And it has all of her certificates and her information from her university. And so she's despairing that she's ever going to get a job. Well, Ajith, I mean, he doesn't get some big slow-mo hero entrance. It's interesting, you know, the difference. It's just, you know, he just gets on a train and he finds the purse. There's no big slow-mo. You just have this gentle introduction. But in his conversation with the fellow passenger asking if this purse that he's found could be, you know, the man's like, no, it's a purse. You learn that he's an orphan. He always asks his fellow passengers what their birth date is, and he sends them a birthday card. So that's what leads to, he sends the package because the information about the girl was in her university papers, sends her the purse, then she sends him a thank you, then he sends her a birthday card. It's what's known as an epistolary romance movie, which means it's a movie where the romance develops through letters. So they develop this romance. They never exchange pictures. They don't see each other. There's one time that they try to talk on the phone and something happens and they can't hear each other. So all of this is because they've gotten to know the true person without the trappings of seeing each other first. So it's an opposite of what normally, you know, the bride viewing kind of ceremony that in an arranged marriage, you wouldn't really get to necessarily know the person. You come in and make a judgment on how they look, maybe their demeanor, but it's a complete turnaround and opposite of that. So I admire that. The movie moves quite slowly in bringing them together. So we have all sorts of reasons why they can't meet. He is in Jaipur, she is in Uti. The scenes of him working in Jaipur were really great, filled with the beautiful landmarks of that city. And there's one particular scene where a friend of his takes him to show him the sights, and there's a whole elephant procession in the song. That was one of my favorites. It was just gorgeous scenery for this song. So for one reason or another, he moves to Chennai and takes another job, and there he meets a femme fatale. The actress's name is Heera Rajgopal, and she plays Neha. Okay, so poor Ajith playing Surya could have written his whole own Me Too hashtag for his experiences with this boss, because talk about sexual harassment. She is the kind of woman character that I hate, and I am really glad. I mean, thank God we're 22 years beyond this movie, and hopefully things have improved a little bit, because she's just one of those, you have to love me, you have to love me, I'm gonna die if you don't. I don't know. She just was so extreme, so pushy. But I loved Ajith's scenes, the way he played off her and how he kept her at arm's distance. The way he would just smoke a cigarette and just, I don't know. That, he was super cool. Her character, but anyway, it was all part of the plot device of why he was in certain places, why he leaves the job and whatever. Okay, so again, they keep missing each other. Poor Kamala and Surya keep missing each other. And so they don't get together until almost the very, very end. And so it was a very slow-moving movie at times. I mean, he gets a crazy dance number with this femme fatale Neha character, but, you know, it just, I don't know. I was very satisfied in the way that they get together and the ending, how they come together. I was very happy with that. But just the romance lover in me wanted an epilogue. I wanted a final wedding scene. I wanted a big dance number, dance number at the end, something. And I was just left a little bit wanting at the very end. And this is nothing on Ajith. It's the way the director chose to frame the story and how much of it is keeping them apart and all of the missed chances, and you know how she does encounter him, but she hates him because she's attracted to him, and yet she loves this Surya that she only knows through letters, right? So she feels like she's cheating on, you know. So I liked all of that. It's just that I wanted to wallow in their happiness once they finally come together, you know. I just had such a brief moment of that happiness, and it was such a build up, and it just wasn't enough for me. So, and it was the movie was slow moving. Now, I have to say, Ajith looked great. Oh my God, when he was an office worker with these little glasses and his white shirts and the ties. Oh man. And, you know, so the acting was fine. I could tell that there were cameos of other, what should have been famous actors that, to me, I'm not familiar with them, so it didn't mean as much to me, but it seemed that there were other people, you know, playing best friends or other side characters. They weren't familiar actors to me, but probably to the audience in the 90s, they were something that, you know, was worth them spending the amount of time that the director spent on those scenes with them. And the music was decent. It was okay. Like I said, my favorite, there was a fun dance number with some other auto rickshaw kind of drivers that was fun, but my favorite one was, again, the one with the elephant procession in Jaipur. That was awesome. I'd like to see more of Ajith's earlier career like this. So I know I've had many suggestions of Ajith films, but if you can give me another suggestion of maybe a better romance film. This was good, but I have a feeling there are other even better ones from this period, and I would love to see them. Oh, there's only one big fight. This is definitely the thrust of the film, is the romance. You know, there's one fight action scene that just seems, you know, like, okay, well, they had to have one. You know, I mean, it served the plot a little bit to move him from point A to point B, but the thrust of the film was the romance, and most of that, the way he played it, so good. Anyway, how much do you love this film, Kadhal Kottai, and what are your other favorite Ajith romance films from earlier in his career? Let me know in the comments. If you'd like this review, please press the like button and share it. Follow us here on Twitter and Facebook at PardesiYT. Please subscribe to the Pardesi channel, and if you press the bell, then you'll get a notification whenever I put out a new movie review or trailer reaction video.